Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm gonna do another album review on the band Coldplay, their 5th studio album, Mylo Xyloto. At least, that's how I think it's pronounced. Their last 4 albums were phenomenal, for the most part. Their bright and ambitious sound is very distinct on every single record, and they're known to be softer and more innocent. On this album, they probably had accepted the fact. It's Coldplay's second time releasing an album on the same year Radiohead released another album. This album is competing against Radiohead's sophisticated, puzzled, low-key, eccentric, and spooky The King of Limbs, making us all realize how the band Coldplay transformed from an honest alt-rock band to a playful pop-rock squad. And over half of the songs on this LP is released as singles. 8 out of 14, in fact. So the band seemed like they're on a roll. So the first track is the title track, 43 seconds long, an intro to Hurts Like Heaven. Christmas-like festive guitars, xylophone dings, and welcoming strings, bringing us into the new world of Coldplay, where the city had billboards and graffiti everywhere. Then it finally hits its breaking point and bursts into what it's called Hurts Like Heaven, a blissful, fun, springy song where Chris Martin sings a tongue twister quickly. It feels speedy and hyperactive. Its pounding beat, dynamic chords, and auto-tuned back vocals really light the song up. Yes, you! Use your heart as a weapon. And it hurts like heaven. Haha. Bright lyrics with a touch of negativity. I'm giving both title track and this track an 8 out of 10. Of course, up next is their stellar single, Paradise. Featuring a Chris Martin inside an elephant suit, riding unicycles, because that's pretty cool. The music is amazing. The band really shines bright on the song, soaring choruses. It is catchy, and at the same time it gives you a magical feeling, like a lot of other Coldplay songs. Except this one feels even more magical. Johnny Buckland's impressive guitar work is great, making this anthem sound even more powerful than it first sounded. I'm giving Paradise a 9 out of 10. Then it's the hard-pounding, loud, explosive Charlie Brown. Another smash hit from the album. And yes, it does sound good. With its hard-hitting and stargazing sound. The song is rollicking, and it's really rock music, but mixed with elements of pop music. But the lyrics does sound a bit lacking, but the piano part at the end is what saved this song, and this song is still pretty damn enjoyable. I'm giving Charlie Brown another 8 to a 9 out of 10. After the exhausting 3 rockers, we have a slow indie folk kind of ballad, Us Against the World.
Through chaos as it swirls, it's us against the world.
Where Chris Martin croons, through chaos as it swirls, it's us against the world, making it sound dramatic, but quite cringe-worthy at the same time. I'm not impressed by this song, and I feel a bit underwhelmed. It feels like the band was trying to make a powerful statement, but in a young and immature way. So young that the statement ended up in a simple guitar folk ballad. I'm giving this one a generous 7 out of 10. Over to MMIX, or 2009, another interlude that introduces into its irresistibly catchy next track, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall.
I turn the music up, I got my records on, follow beneath the rug.
Its heartbeat drums and raving synth lines really built the song, with Chris's nonsensical and irrational lyrics, while Johnny Buckland's strained guitars and Will Champion's banging drums really showed the significance of the band's cooperation. It's catchy and fun. However, it's also very poppy, and it tries to be mainstream. I'm giving this song an MMIX, an 8 out of 10. Then it moves on to major minus. Another underrated Coldplay song that's very guitar driven, with Chris's ragged vocals and the crazy chords. This song does stand out to me in some ways. It's not one of the best Coldplay songs, but this one really hits hard. The song is wild and full of anger and passion, almost as if it's a political track. In fact, it's actually political, but fictional. I'm giving Major Minus another 8 out of 10. So far so good, right? Then it's UFO, another slow, moody guitar acoustic that tries to sound like a gospel song and a nice indie folk song at the same time, which the song succeeds at being. But again, the song ended up as one of those more underwhelming songs the band had ever put out. It features Chris crooning about how confused and lost he is, which is somewhat uninteresting, and the concept still lies in the norm. It could have been a beautiful song if the band brought it to a more textured and flavored level, but no, it's still pretty sappy. I'm giving UFO a 6 out of 10. Next is Princess of China.
Once upon a time, somebody ran away, saying fast as I can. I got to go.
Featuring Rihanna. It rhymes. Coldplay's ballsy move to collaborate with Rihanna shows us that the band was really trying to be mainstream and more pop driven, I guess. With some cold and chill synthesizers, some catchy tongue twister verses, the song really gained its fame. Although I have to admit, it's catchy, it's cool, and it's seductive in a musical way. It didn't age well. I don't like it as much as I do before. How pop-oriented the song is really made the song even more dull and insignificant. Nonetheless, a cool tune. I'm giving this one a 6 to a 7 out of 10. And it goes downhill from here, into another breakup song, Up in Flames.
So it's over. Up in flames.
It's just so moody in a boring way, especially for the stale and simple beats. And I don't even know, some sort of ambient sound in the background. The song reminds me of Warning Signs, back in A Rush of Blood to the Head. Except this song doesn't sound like a slow alt indie rock song at all, but some cheesy pop ballad about love. Ugh. And it's also trying to build a crescendo, but it doesn't go anywhere at the end. So I'm giving Up in Flames a 3 to a 4 out of 10. And all of a sudden, the mood lightens up again into another interlude, a hopeful transmission, which actually sounds decent, and then into the banger, Don't Let It Break Your Heart, an excursion of explosive happiness. The penultimate track is somewhat of a passable song. Chris Martin yells out the lyrics in a very youthful and innocent way that also reminds us of Bono's way of singing. Again, it's very hopeful and optimistic, so there's not much to expect on this track. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. At the end, it's Up with the Birds.
The birds they sang at break of day.
Another slow, moody, melodramatic kind of song. The first half is flat and boring, and I don't like it. The second half is a bit more grand and a bit more finale-like. The song lyrics are executed like the band is trying to make some meaningful statement, and the music is still very blissful and passable. I'm giving this one a 6 to a 7 out of 10. Overall, I'm not impressed with this record. The first half is pretty damn good. The superb Sky High song Paradise and the catchy rocker Charlie Brown really made the album more vivid and vibrant. But the second half really falls apart with its forgettable slow jam. I like how sincere and nakedly honest the album is. I like how Coldplay tries to be bigger and stronger. I like how detailed and convoluted the concept is. But this album is basically just a collection of blissful ballads and pop rock lullabies that are pretentious and it's passable. The band was trying to leave their comfort zone and pursue something more mainstream, but it didn't work that well and it's going downhill from here. Arguably the worst album in their discography so far, but it still has some sweet songs, I guess. The worst song is Up in Flames and the best is definitely Paradise. I'm giving Mylo Xyloto a 6 to a 7 out of 10. So, have you listened to Coldplay's Mylo Xyloto? From 1 to 10, how much would you rate it? Like if you like and subscribe if you want more.